Yo, welcome into the show. It's me again, Pulsechain Lopez, and I'm in such a better mood than I was earlier, man. My homie came through. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, bro. And my homie Brovo is one of those guys, and it's been a while, and I'm just so relieved because I thought something was wrong with him. I'm so happy, man. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy about a lot of things. Don't always seem that way, but I really am. So, like I said, talking to my homie, man, really good. So I'm gonna try and keep this short, but yeah, I had a nice long talk about life and where we at, where I'm going, where I've been over the last few years. Man, the last conclusions I can come to, they've been just really, really impactful for me. This is more of the real. But I can play around and be Pulsechain Lopez. The thing is, like, even Ricky, he's like, it's like comedy relief, but it's not something that I want to continue to like harp on about. Like, for what? You know what I realized about him? He's a thought leader, and God bless him, right? Because I don't envy his position, but he's a thought leader in that he realized that like the sacrifices, the donation addresses and shit, those things are, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I got triggered by the shit. Like, I was getting really upset that like, I've seen so many people with donation addresses, like even people I'm cool with. Like, I don't want to be some type of way, like even Miss Teen Crypto, and God bless her, she's trying to do God's work. So I'm happy to see that. But I'm thinking to myself, like, why? And don't get me wrong, it's for a valid cause in her mind, and it is, I guess. I don't think the Florida state legislators mean like any good or having any meaningful impact on crypto at all. Maybe for the little state of Florida, but I just doubt it. I have a whole story about how fucked up politicians are and lobbying them, and how they're just a bunch of scummy ass liars, bro. Like, you're just wasting your time doing that. And like for the general public to fund lobbying efforts of state legislators is like, really, bro? Like, and then there's even public campaigns. How much money is wasted on losing candidates' campaigns? Just an utter waste of fucking taxpayer. I wouldn't even say taxpayer and public donation money. Like, but God bless them. That's their choices, And I want to give a big shout out and thanks to my main man, Sonny. And I was losing hope for a second, man. I was losing a lot of hope for a second, man, in my donation address, in the pursuit of happiness of my tiny / inexpensive home. Like, I seen one John, and I know I've said this, I don't know if you just got here for the first time, so I'm gonna just generally glaze over that real quick. I put a donation address out at first as like some type of humor, but then I realized, like, my life is not a game, and it's just going the way it's going. I put my best foot forward. I work every fucking day of the week, and all bullshit aside, I just need a fundamental change in my life. And it might seem selfish of me to ask for a donation, but I think it's gonna help me a lot, and help relieve a lot of the stress and tension around my lifestyle. And this type of significant change will open me up to becoming someone that my friends can depend upon instead of me depending upon them. And that's the realest shit I ever wrote. Like I said, right now, as it stands, I'm so like recurring bill heavy, and this shit is so unnecessary, man. Like, and I've allowed my drive and passion to do something and work all the time to kind of put me square in a position where it's just a revolving door of the money that I earn flying right the fuck out my pocket. And it's my own fault, so I'll take responsibility for those choices. But yeah, now I'm at the point where like I said, Ricky being a thought leader, I think he just stumbled upon the fact that people just really made donation addresses a thing for some of the dumbest shit. So like, why not, right? So he had quite a few sacrifices now. He's raised tons of fucking money. And like me, I'm so modest, it's like, come on, man. I'm thinking of a $30,000, $40,000 tiny home. And I actually found one that wasn't a tiny home. It was a real home for about 50. All the bathrooms and shit remodeled, a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, $50,000 house in America, in the great state of Pennsylvania, very close to relatively close to where I'm at. And I can operate my current, small business / struggle from a distance even, and still maintain like that, not having these massive overhead bills that I have. That like right now, that's thousands of dollars a month in and out my pocket in a flash before I even get to spend a dime on myself, my children, my needs actually beyond, housing and food. And that's crazy, So, I thought maybe it might seem a bit selfish to me, but I don't think so. Too much money's being wasted, like hundreds of millions on failing blockchains and, projects and ideas. And I feel really crunchy because, to be fair, I'm like, shit, there was a time where if I would have put a donation address out there, I had that motion, like I could get shit popping and, it's a different time economically for everybody. So I don't expect anyone to do anything outrageous for me, but thank you to my homeboy for setting it off with the first $5 donation. And I mean, hey, one by one, man, one teach one. It has to be friends, we can all link each other and help each other out. But I think for me, once I get into that position, without doubt and question, I think I'm going to make it my life's mission, the remainder of my life's mission, to earn money and get to a point where I can do that for other people too. Because there is a lot of opportunity out there in terms of small or inexpensive homes. And I think it's just up to people to want to make a lifestyle change. And I think a lot of people, they like me, we lack economic mobility, where it's like, oh shit, I imagine me as a person with a big family, breaking my fucking ass, 7 days, 12 hours. And it's still like really, I'm getting by. I can't get ahead though, like that. And I'm sure there's so many other people, like I could see an opportunity of a lifetime where I could buy a fucking 2,200 square foot home that is actually big enough for my family and actually eliminate some of the biggest overhead expenses that I have. I could buy that house in a year if I wasn't just fucking chewing into my pocket every time I make something, if I had my income. So I feel like if I'm able to buy that outright and that opportunity land in my lap, I'm going to make it my mission to just keep doing that for people. And once I'm in that situation, I'll be able to open up my income to like many other things that I know will make me money, but I just don't have the fucking time to do because I work so hard to go in a circle every fucking day, every week. And it's been like that for a while now. We didn't quite get the bull run we had. None of our coins ran. None of the coins we sacrificed did anything but fucking dump. Thank you, Ricky Smart. And I'm not to rag on him, but I think he did identify that it just wasn't tacky to have a donation address. Hey, I'm Ricky Smart Win. I'm probably what people think is a billionaire, but here's a donation address. We'll call it a sacrifice. Don't expect anything, especially profit. And he did not fail. He didn't disappoint. He didn't fail to deliver. No expectation of profit. Facts. And, so whatever. I feel like, I don't feel like I'm better than anyone else. I'm humble. So, I feel like it's a valid path to this outcome. The difference could be that maybe one day I can empower myself to be in a position where I can change someone else's life. Cause like, I really wish someone could do that for me right now. Right. I wish someone would say, hey, maybe a bank would. We're not doing 30-year mortgages. We're not doing 10-year mortgages. I don't even have 10 grand to put on the down payment. Or maybe I don't. Like, even if I doubled my work efforts and worked 18 hours a day instead of fucking 12, it would take me an unnecessarily long amount of time to save up even $10,000, right? Like, it's just not working that way. So I feel like I can get to a situation where I can make that happen for somebody. There's lots of these homes, and like I said, they may be in some different area to you, but you need to learn, like, with the internet and the way things are, you can run things from a distance, not in the way that we could in the past. So, like I said, I can be a small business owner. I could do any number of online activities. I used to, I did really good with eBay during the pandemic. So I could have done any of those things. And if I would have kind of put a lot more effort into that, or not have given up on that because I'm drawn back to what we call, quote, work, like a dumbass, I'd probably be in a much different situation and scenario right now, and I like to get there. So thank you for the very meaningful and generous $5 donation. And I think it's, it's just a little something, but it's a start. And I think we'll get there if we keep pushing, So, like I said, Ricky's a thought leader, man. I see so many, like, donation addresses, like the dude in California, every politician. I even saw, what the fuck was it? It was like, there's a fucking, this shit killed me. There's a guy that keeps coming up in my feed. He's like a manifestation guru, and he's telling you can have everything. You can have anything. All you have to do is just be happy, and, all this type of stuff. And then, like, he stopped putting up content, and he said his father passed away. And it was like, hold on, everything's already yours. Abundance, money, wealth, prosperity, blah, blah, blah. And, I know this stuff's snake oil, but it's just kind of hilarious or ironic. I don't know if it's hilarious because, God bless him, his father passed. But the first thing he did was set up a GoFundMe, so he could travel and do all this other shit. And I'm like, but ain't you getting money? Ain't that why you telling us we could all get money if we just, put away the negative thoughts and feelings and all that shit sound good, man, but it's not really real, like. And it's funny because Ricky, he put up a post where he was like, people sell you courses. He said people sell you courses on stuff that they're not doing to get rich, to teach you how. And then all the comments had something to say about trading, and I was like, what's crazy is the most experienced traders I know are not, like, way out there. Trading's an experience, but, like, you can teach someone something, Was it not Ricky that was giving advice on how, and we'll call it free, but, how to have better relationships as a single man, how to stay in shape as a fat guy, I'm not trying to disrespect him, but I'm just saying, how to have, it's like what, bro? What are you talking about? How to work out as a dude that's bad body? You know what I mean? And it just kind of blew my mind that he has these, like, real odd deflection tactics that are crazy. And I'm like, for a guy, he's so the provex sacrifice is dead. It's nothing to say about it, and who cares? Like, why can't we make these coins go up? He said it's because, like, just because, like, CZ, he CT'd a DEX coin, told him to all exchange them in for Aster, and it pumped up and went down a little bit. And even though he said he bought some, that coin's down. And I'm like, bro, like, this is not remotely the same thing at all. But it was a cool thought, I'm sure. And I'm sure it made a lot of people down on his coins feel a lot better. But, Ricky's a study case, man. But I don't envy him. And there's a part of me that doesn't blame him. I'm just being honest now. Like, let me stop bullshitting, right? Because you might say a lot of things about Ricky, like his coins suck, this, that, and whatever. But the one thing that I'm imagining he's never going to need is help from any of you guys, right? he may never come online and say, hey guys, I'm really in a fucked up situation and I need this and I need that. He probably would never do that because he got hundreds of millions of dollars, right? From y'all already, right? For one reason or another. And so you might say he's an asshole, you might say his projects suck, but I don't think he'll find himself in the position where he ever thinks he needs to ask any of his friends on a personal level for anything. And I said, damn, that must feel great. Because a lot of the times I really do feel like a giant asshole if I ever do that. And I think you should. Someone who has a conscience would and should, you know. It's a terrible place to be, especially as someone in my situation. Like, I'm not going to big myself up in any way, but I was that guy one time. And I used to even really big myself up. Like, I used to do extraordinary shit for people that felt like, you know, like, motherfucker prayed. They had to be praying, dear Lord, please help me, you know. And I was that guy, and I didn't even know sometimes until I like arrived at the moment. Like, damn, you must have been praying hard, and like, you know what, God sent me here. That's some crazy shit. And I've been in the opposite position too, shockingly, you know. And it's like, I don't think Ricky will ever do that. That's why it was kind of shocking where he's like, you know what, we're gonna do some privacy thing, and here's a third sacrifice. Like, damn, nigga, you ain't got enough yet. Like, that's wild, you know. And so you could say a lot, and I'll say in that way I am kind of envious of him. I don't envy his position, but I'm envious of the fact that he won't really need to ask you for anything. He may ask you for something with a straight face and then talk shit about the people he's asking it from, which is more shocking, and you know, and mean it. But like, he won't really need it. Like, he's got access to plenty, you know. And I do envy that position because I'm so modest, bro. Like, think about it. I'm like, yo, bro, I just saw the fucking $1 million beachfront jammy. Can you please help me buy this? No. Like, I'm trying to do something that's really necessary and meaningful. And I don't think my crusade or my need or my desire is any better than his. I don't know what the fuck he's aiming for. You know, I like to play around and fuck with him though. You know, because all bullshit aside, I didn't lose $1 because of Ricky. And I've realized that somebody, you know, my life is awesome. He left me a great comment, and he was saying that if Ricky didn't slow rug his life savings, then he would gladly donate to my tiny, affordable, you know, inexpensive tiny home idea. Because maybe he understands the message where I'm like, dude, I really need to do this. And it's like, damn, but like, see, I might, you know, this is where I feel like I failed. And he's saying I shouldn't stop making content. And maybe I shouldn't, because like, maybe he's like the greatest sign to me that the whole time people were listening. I just went back to all the videos that I just put on private because I felt like they were accidentally on purpose, like helping market Ricky. Even if it's just one person, like, don't let them get caught up in that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a responsibility. So I took a lot of those things down, you know, a lot of those older videos bitching about Pulsechain not coming out and taking 2 years and how Hex was going to go to zero the whole time. And I thought no one was listening. And I was really, I won't lie, I was getting upset by that shit. You know, I was like, man, I'm telling people, no one's ever really given me credit. A couple people, like, privately, but for him to have the balls to come on my channel, understanding that he was probably a respected Hexagon in many ways in the past, if not still, I don't know, you know, just I'm going off of what he said. But the sheer idea that his life savings got, like, damn. So it's like, maybe I shouldn't shut the fuck up. Maybe I am really necessary if I could just reach one person to help someone avoid that catastrophe, you know, or any other ones, you know, because I've been doing that since a long time. And I'm not perfect by any stretch. Like, I've really humbled myself because I've made my own mistakes, you know, including thinking that Pulsechain was going to be it and Ricky might be the guy too. You know, my hands are not blameless. You know, I don't feel like my slate is clean. So a lot of people, they wish for me to be saint, but I just don't feel like it. But I won't lie, that comment right there motivated me to say, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should make a fundamental change in my life that makes me more available, so that I can reach more people like him before their life savings gets slow rugged from out from under them. And like I said, I'm not perfect, but I don't think I'm responsible for anyone's life savings. And I used to think maybe there's a time where I would want to go ahead and push forward, but that's the real risk that's going on in crypto. Even as someone that's developing or wants to do something with a clear mind and clear conscience and a good heart and good intentions, that's still what's on the line. Someone might believe in you just too much and accidentally fuck up their finances. And so I realize I'm not alone, so I should probably stop acting like a little bitch about my circumstances. I'm just trying to be more realistic with my time and my effort online. I feel like I owe that to my family to make a fundamental change, and maybe to the audience members, maybe to the people that I haven't rubbed the right way over the years. Maybe to the people that if they just hear me, they make a different decision. Maybe it's worth the effort to try to free myself financially. And I know that, again, it might seem selfish, but I don't think so. I owe that to my family, to my little girls. They want to see me every day, but they have not seen me for months, unless I have a day off like this one for all the wrong reasons. Like, man, I gotta, you can call my car Slippin' Jimmy because the fucking snow, right? Driving in the snow. And now we're going to have another snowstorm this weekend. And it's like, what the, don't get me wrong. If I can take those days off, I will, because I don't want to, it's high risk of accident. Forget the mechanical part of it. But I don't know, this car, I'm running it into the ground anyway, it wasn't too expensive, but that's just the nature of the business. But, I just, it's like I should have known better, but I couldn't, economics of life. The life be life in part is like, bro, you can't afford to stay home. You can't, shit's going to get real and you don't really need that right now. But the weekend's coming and it's an even bigger storm, allegedly. So we'll see. And, shit, but I owe it to them to be home and see them. Even if I'm present, I'm too exhausted. They want to talk, daddy. And I don't have anything for them. Mentally, emotionally, I'm drained. I'm stressed the fuck out. This is no way for anybody to have to live, but so many people are. And I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of talking about crypto on a real level, especially if it's not the thing that's going to change my life. I love it though. Don't get it twisted. I love crypto. I've always loved it. I love making content, playing around. But I need to be in a good spirit to really bring that better part of me forward. The one that could, jokingly make 4 videos a day about Hex going to a penny or less for fucking a couple years. So that hopefully, I wonder, it's weird because I got one guy that really motivated me to say, yo, maybe I was reaching a lot of people and I didn't realize it. Maybe I reached a lot of people that did sell that shit. Just like with art, some of my best friends today, some of my best online friends today have been those guys that turn around and say, hey man, yo, I heard your videos. I got the fuck out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't know if I was that convincing or what about what I was saying was that convincing, but maybe just being consistent and being there for when someone decided to turn on the fucking, they open their app. I'm there, and they just heard me. And you know what? Maybe I just confirmed their bias. They might have had a pit in their stomach. It had not much to do with me at all, but maybe I just convinced someone they weren't going crazy. And they're like, you know what? I'm dumping that shit and getting out because this is wrong, And how many of those Hexicans have I impacted that way? Unfortunately, I didn't get to, the right ones in a way that stopped them from slowly killing their finances. But don't worry, man. Whether it happened through Hex or life alone, we're all in the same boat, so it's no big deal, man. Like, I had so much money last bull run, had shit to do with Hex, like that, like actually, and it had shit to do with Pulsechain. Actually, I actually made profit off of those. I don't know if I should be proud of that, because I know there's so many of these guys that are suffering now. And God bless their strong hands. Will they be rewarded? I don't know. I mean, they got a long way to go up before they're where I sold at. In either coin, for sure. Any of those coins, for sure. And that's nothing to rub in. But guess what? I ended up in the same spot. Just like sitting here, like, what is this crypto shit? Like, Fricky ain't the guy who is, And it's like, man, you know what? You're the guy. I had to keep doing hard work. So I want to switch up my location and my economic formula so that I can actually be effective, a better father, a better husband, a better friend, one that's never come into any of my other friends with my emergencies. They've never known me to be this way, but this post-COVID economy has really just destroyed that part of me, I guess. And I'm so anxious to get back because it's really, 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 really good to hear from my friend today, man. And I'm, like we rode through the pandemic together. I did a lot of eBay shipping, and he was there talking to me while I was taping and toting shit to the post office. And I wish I could have that time back. I wish I could replicate that time. My life seemed very simple, and I saw a lot more of my family. And not just because of the pandemic, but because my economic activities were like limited. And the cool thing about this home is if I ever get started with that again, I can just do it from home. I used to leave the house for probably 3-4 hours a day and talk with this person the entire time and shoot the shit and go through my errands. And we talk about life and crypto and all that. Like one of those guys that and today he just popped up. We were really concerned about him. I'm really happy about that shit. It really warmed my heart, bro, because I was going through it, man. I'm like, I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. No. And then it's like, hey, bro, you okay? And it's like, I am now, man. Thank God. It's like all my friends said something to me very encouraging today. One of them donated $5. One of them just came and talked to me for a few hours. The other one, he let me know he's there. And I'm like, damn, man, like today's my day, but I'm really going through it, bro. Like, damn, but I needed this shit. But I'm gonna go get some sleep now, and I'll see what's going on tomorrow, man. So y'all keep your heads up. I'm gonna keep trying to. But I feel like this is gonna happen. And it's going to happen because a lot of good people want it to. And I already know because the evidence is one person already did it. And like I said, I'm not asking for a lot. We're a lot of people. We have a giant network. There's 1 million human beings, and that within our network of networks, there's billions of people online. $1, you think it's a lot. It'll go for, if people check and they see, oh, someone else did it. Now that's the first person did it. Someone else, okay, yeah, man, yeah, all right. And like I said, I'm down to really do this shit and get my shit together and give it away and do it again. The things that I'm gonna be able to like pursue while not having to give all my the effort that I give for all my money and shit, away. It's going to open me up financially to so many things, to actually grow my business instead of just struggle with it, so that I can have a bunch of expendable income, because I work extremely hard and I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy about that prospect. Grinding again so that I can equally raise these sums of money out of my own pocket and do it by my fucking self if I have to. I think it's something human beings could come together and do, and start a real fucking, a real train of helping somebody who may need it, who may be embarrassed to ask, who may be just like too humble to ask, too proud to ask, whatever you want to describe it or characterize it as. It's like I have a dream. I'm out.